Alright, time to delve into an aspect of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe which has always intrigued me, but I've never gotten a straight answer to. What does Orko really look like? Orko is the goofball of the Masters crew, a court magician and the lovable comic relief that everyone can depend on. But for such an iconic character, it's rather incredible that not once during He-Man's 130 episode run did we ever see what his face actually looks like. Now, in the episode Dawn of Dragoon, an explanation is given for why Orko is never seen without his face-obscuring hat and scarf. At least I think it's a scarf. Apparently, Trollans only ever show their face to the person they love, which is exactly what Orko does to Driel. That at least explains why no Trollans are basically seen without something covering their face, whether it's Driel, Uncle Montork, Yuckers, or Snoob. There is a moment in the Season 2 episode, The Betrayal of Stratos, where Orko's hat momentarily slips off his head, but it's just a tease since his head is still just a black void if you slow down the footage. Is that the answer? Is Orko's face just a black void? I mean, if you've ever looked at one of the action figures, that's exactly what it looks like if you take his hat off. But that would be kind of anticlimactic, and this moment is definitely just an annoying tease, designed to make kids pause their VHS tapes back in the 1980s. You know, because this cartoon was made in the 80s. So what can we at least conclude from the clues based on other Trollans in the series? Well, for one, Orko's eyes are visible and clearly yellow, and parts of his body which are not colored are blue, which is to say his hands and pointy ears. Also, several episodes clearly show that even though Orko and other Trollans seem to have an innate power of flight, they still clearly have feet, as shown whenever Orko's forced to scuffle along the ground. Also, we do know that Trollans grow hair, both from their scalp and also facial hair as well. And Snoob also prominently shows evidence that Trollans definitely have noses. The most revealing moment of the Dawn of Dragoon finale is when we see the shadow of Orko's head in the scene. One thing that is for sure, Orko does not have a healthy head of hair, though Driel doesn't seem to mind. Conversely, based on his reaction, Driel is definitely a 10 or 9, or at least a high 8 on Orko's scale.
You're beautiful. I'll come back someday.
Still, that doesn't exactly give us a clear picture. However, there is one episode that gives us at least a rough idea of what Orko could possibly look like. That's the Season 2 episode Trouble's Middle Name, where we encounter a Trollan named Prankster. Yes, Prankster, who shockingly does not wear a mask and also clearly shows he has arms and feet. Now, this would seem like the first time we see a full-blooded Trollan on screen with nothing obscuring his face. But, of course, the episode writers had to include an annoying asterisk to the fact that this is the first and to date the only Trollan we've seen without a mask. Orko states that he's from a race of troublemaking Trollans from the other side of his homeworld. That's really annoying because it definitely places a big question mark on whether this is an accurate depiction of the way Trollans roughly look like, or if there's indeed something a little different between these two different types of Trollans. For one thing though, Trollans do appear to have disproportionately long arms in comparison to their unseen legs, so this gives us a clue that Prankster may have some genetic differences to the Trollans that Orko represents. So it does seem like we'll never know for certain what Orko is supposed to look like. But ladies and gentlemen, based on our previous clues, we have endeavored to find a sketch artist, one talented enough to put these clues together and maybe decide once and for all what Orko could look like under his hat. And here are the results. God damn it, I got ripped off again, didn't I? Hi, this is Hannu the Honda Mackin, and making a little note here at the end. So, a while back, I made a review video of an episode called The Game Plan, where I erroneously said it was the one and only episode appearance by this character called Negator. And as I was making this video, of course, I took some footage from the episode Trouble's Middle Name, and lo and behold, this is the second episode appearance of Negator. If people are wondering how could I make such a huge mistake, I have no excuse other than I just remember the episodes from the second season of He-Man not as well as the ones from Season 1. But because this was such a short episode, I decided at the end here just to make a little note and to tell you that this episode is definitely getting its own episode review video somewhere down the line. So, I hope you still enjoyed the video nonetheless. I'm Hanno the Honda Mäkinen. I have the power, so can you.